13.3, that is types of chemical bond. The topic is types of chemical bond. Chemical bonding is splitting into two. One is strong bond and the another one is weak bond. Chemical bonding is splitting into two, that is strong bond and weak bond. Strong bond is having ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond and metallic bond. Strong bonds are ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond and metallic bond. And the weak bonds are hydrogen bond and van der Waals bond. And the weak bonds are hydrogen bond and van der Waals bond. Okay, in this chapter, let us learn about the ionic bond, covalent bond and coordinate bond. In this chapter, we are going to learn three bonds only, that is ionic bond, covalent bond and coordinate bond. See here, types of chemical bond. All the elements have different valence shell electronic configuration. So, the way in which they combine to form compounds also differs. See here, whether all the elements are having same valence electrons? No, it is having different valence shell electron. So, in this way they are combining to form different compounds in different ways. There are different types of chemical bonding possible between atoms which make the molecules. So, different valence electrons are combining with different molecules. So, what is happening means, so different types of chemical bonding is possible between atoms which make the molecules. Depending on the type of bond, they show different characters and properties. According to different types of bonds, they show their different types of characteristics and their properties. Such type of bondings are considered to exist in molecules. So, in this we are going to learn about ionic bond, covalent bond and coordinate bond. Now, let us learn about ionic or electrovalent bond. What is that? Ionic or electrovalent bond. An ionic bond is a chemical bond formed by the electrostatic attraction between the positive and negative ions. See here, if positive and negative ions is attracting together means some force will be act there. If two magnets are holding together means there is one force. There is one magnetic force. Likewise, if anions and cations, two positive and negative charges are attracting each other means there will be some force. That force is said to be as electrostatic force. When one or more electrons are transferred from valence shell of one atom to the valence shell of another atoms, ions are formed. How the ions are formed? When one or more electrons are transferring from one valence shell to one valence shell of atom to the valence shell of another atom. For example, if we are having hydrogen atom and oxygen atom. In hydrogen atom, we are transferring 2 electrons to the oxygen atom. So, likewise, if we transfer one or more electrons are transferred from valence shell of one atom to the valence shell of another atom, ions are formed. So, if we transfer the electrons from one atom to another atom, that's why the ions are getting formed. See here, the bond is formed between two atoms when one or more electrons are transferred from the valence shell of one atom to the valence shell of other atom. The next one is atom that loses electrons become positive ion. The atom that loses electron, that is said to be as positive ion. Atom that gains the electron, that is said to be as negative ion. So, positive ions are cation and the negative ions are anion. Are you clear? Next one is, these oppositely charged ions come close to each other due to electrostatic force of attraction and thus form an ionic bond. So, what is forming an ionic bond? Some opposite charges are getting attracted towards. How it is attracting? Due to some electrostatic force. So, that's why the bond between the ions is said to be as ionic bond. Next is, and the attractive forces being the electrostatic, the bond is also called as electrostatic bond. See here, Due to this electrostatic force, ions come close to each other. Here the electrostatic force of attraction is a bond. Ionic or electrocovalent bond is a chemical bond formed by the electrostatic force of attraction between the positive and negative ion. So it is called as ionic bond or electrostatic bond, or we can call it as electrovalent bond. Chemical bond is formed by the electrostatic force of attraction. Why the electrostatic force of attraction is happening? If positive and negative ions are attracting towards, means the electrostatic force is happening. So by the electrostatic force of attraction between the positive and negative ion, that is said to be as ionic bond or electrostatic bond. The valence concept has been explained in terms of electrons. It is also called as electrovalent bond. It is also called as electrovalent bond. Now let us see the formation of ionic compound. Let us considering two atoms, that is A, B. We are considering two atoms, that is A and B. Let atom A has one electron in excess and B has one electron lesser than the stable octet electronic configuration. If atom A transfer one electron to atom B, then both the atoms will acquire stable octet electronic configuration. See here atom A. The atom A is having 3 electron. Atom B is having only 1 electron. So A is having 3 electrons, 1, 2, 3. Atom B is having only 1 electron. So it shares 1 electron to B. It is getting losses of 1 electron. So it is sharing 1 electron to B, means both the atoms will be same. So A is having also 2 electron, B is also having 2 electron. So this step is if atom A transfer 1 electron to atom B, then both the atoms will acquire the stable octet electronic configuration. So while it is having 3 electron, while the atom A is having 3 electron, it is sharing 1 electron to B. So at that time what they are having? They both are having the stable electronic configuration. As the result of this electron transfer, atom A will become a positive ion and atom B will become a negative ion. So what is that? If an electron losses, means that will become as positive ion. So here A is a positive ion because A only shared the electron to B. So A is a positive ion and B is a negative ion. These oppositely charged ions are held together by electrostatic force of attraction, which is called as ionic bond or electrocovalent bond. So these oppositely charged ions are holding together. How the positive and negative ions are holding together? By the electrostatic force of attraction. So that is called as ionic bond or electrocovalent bond. Okay. In general, ionic bond is formed between a metal and non-metal. In general, ionic bond is formed between metal and non-metal. So the compounds containing ionic bonds are called as ionic compounds. So what are the compounds that containing ionic bond? That are called as ionic compounds. Elements of group 1 and 2 in the periodic table, that is alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, form ionic compounds when they react with non-metal. Group 1 is known as alkali metals and group 2 is known as alkaline earth metals. Okay, wow. So alkali and alkaline earth metals form ionic compounds when they react with non-metals. While it is reacting with non-metals, they form an ionic compounds. So except helium, all the other element in noble gas having complete valence shell. Okay.